Hi, I'm Sierra, and today we are going to learn about ionic bonds and covalent bonds. So, an ionic bond occurs between metal and nonmetal elements, where the electrons are transferred from the metal to the nonmetal atom. Here, we have a sodium atom with one valence electron, and a chlorine atom with 7 valence electrons. And the chlorine atom, since it only has 7 valence electrons, it really wants another electron so that it can complete its outermost shell and have 8 valence electrons. So essentially, the chlorine steals one of the sodium's valence electrons to complete its outer shell. And the sodium, which lost an electron, becomes a cation, and it has a positive charge. And the chlorine atom, which gained an electron, has a negative charge and becomes an anion. And because opposites attract, the sodium and the chlorine are then attracted to each other, and they become one, and they are neutral because the two charges cancel each other out. The properties of an ionic compound are determined by the ionic bonds that hold them together. In its solid state, an ionic compound is a crystal. Covalent bonds. Covalent bonding is a sharing of electrons. Here we have 2 oxygen atoms, which each have a total of 6 valence electrons in their outermost shell. Since they both really badly want to have 8 electrons to complete the octet rule, they will form a covalent bond, which is where they share 2 of their electrons. Each line here represents the 2 shared electrons that each oxygen atom shares with the other. A covalent bond is a bonding between 2 nonmetals. So oxygen is a nonmetal. And they form molecules, which are groups of atoms joined together by covalent bonding. A covalent bonding structure is a network solid. An example of a network solid is a diamond. The properties of covalent compounds are they have weak intermolecular forces, and they don't conduct electricity unless they have ionic particles. Covalent network solids have high melting points and high boiling points. The naming of covalent compounds specifies the number of atoms in each element in the compound. If there is 1 atom of a certain element, it will begin with the prefix mono. If there are 2, it will begin with the prefix di. If there are 3, tri, 4, tetra, 5, penta, 6, hexa, 7, hepta, 8, octa, and 9, nona, and 10, deca. And an example of this would be N2O. The name for this compound would be dinitrogen monoxide because there are 2 nitrogen atoms and 1 mono of an oxygen atom. I hope this helps you understand ionic and covalent bonds better, and thank you for listening.